With Medsoft for fertility centers, you can control any type of treatment cycles, including programmed intercourse, intrauterine insemination, in vitro fertilization, semen donation, eggs and embryos, and surrogate path, with high quality and efficiency for you, your team, and primarily to your patients. Start the process by registering a new cycle, but not without Medsoft's pre-check if there are any cycles open. Then suggest a diagnosis to establish protocols in the data entry in which you can see a summary of the previous attempts. So, inform an LMP, easily choosing an option from an intelligent list. Define the date in the beginning of the cycle, the type of the cycle, initial comments, and generate a checklist in which you can control each checkpoint that you need during the course of any cycle in the human reproductive field. The checkpoints from the checklist of control of the cycle allow you to know all the process of one cycle in your preparatory phase, ovarian stimulation, collection of eggs, and transfers and results. Each checkpoint is controlled through the various customizable statuses that allow you, for example, to know if the checkpoint of the pre-informed consent for the ovarian stimulation was already handed to the patient, if she already returned the document signed, or if it's still with her at home. Besides the fact that it informs the status of each checkpoint, a checklist is sufficiently intelligent to take actions as the status changes. For example, if when you change the status of a prescription for stimulation to hand it to the patient, Medsoft already opens the prescription assistant for the ovarian stimulation, so you can manage the checklist control integrated with the prescription generation. The checkpoints are customizable, but the standard model brings you the checkpoints for semen assessment, tubal patency assessment, bringing data of all the tests that provide information about the state of the oviducts. Reports of ultrasound highly specialized with image capture and business rules, with years of experience, options that are extremely easy to facilitate the entry of the size of the follicles, including with resources from tablets. Automatic calculus from the cycle day and stimulus day, and automatic sorting of the follicles according to larger to smaller. All these are examples of assistance specialized for medical prescriptions during the cycle and task orders for cycle monitoring. During the control, you always have access to the cycle synopsis that brings you the data from the patient and from the partner, like semen, medications prescribed, the checking of medications and scheduling that already exists for the egg retrieval and embryo transfer, in a way that you can see the cycle like a whole, without having to review each one of the documents generated during the process. Finally, you can see the document of the instructions for egg retrieval provided with details like the admission time calculated from the prescription of Ovitrel and the appointment time scheduled, so the patient can compare if there is not any inconsistency between what your scheduler did and what would be expected from the HCG administration. When the egg retrieval report is completed and the eggs are delivered to the embryologist, it is time for you to meet the eggs and embryos control system in Medsoft that provides a fast and easy way for the oocyte data entry, fertilization mode, and embryo evolution from days 1 to 6. Meanwhile, the semen processing stays totally integrated with the eggs and embryos forms, allowing the generation of the complete and reduced semen analysis reports to record the preparation, initially bound with the process of embryo evolution. See also the reports of conventional semen analysis, morphology and/or with high magnification with automatic calculation of fields, diagnostic and therapeutic seminal preparation reports specific for IVF with a layout designed to favor the comparison of the before and after the preparation, reports of spermocytogram, and reports for the most diverse techniques of surgical semen collection to complete the total control of all the information and the andrology and embryology labs. Coming back to the form of eggs and embryos, we provide numerous intelligent routines for the data filling. Filling includes data of the time of the collection, information about fertilization, and evolves through the days by opening editing columns that facilitate the navigation by fields and blocks fields that are not edited. In the other days, for example, and in the bottom part, data from the user that is responsible for the evaluation fulfills the needs of the form. In days 5 and 6, Medsoft controls numerous data inconsistency in which the states of the embryo, morula, or blastocyst provide fields with options appropriate for each one of these stages. The system of movement of specimens is integrated with the eggs and embryos form, in that all the movements of an egg or embryo are tracked since specimens are received in the lab, get in and out of incubators until the transfer, discard, donation, freezing, or delivery to cryobanks. In the donation control, a system of relationship connects the donor with the receptor. Also, the report of egg retrieval is integrated and of easy access. A routine of importation of eggs and embryos allows that fresh eggs, frozen eggs, and donated eggs are all controlled simultaneously in the same eggs and embryos form. And in the image part, while the embryos are being involved and photographed, a label is assigned to each one of the pictures, allowing Medsoft to generate albums comparisons of embryos of the same day. Have in mind that Medsoft was made for you, who wants to control everything, even the incubator racks where the embryos are being cultivated, and Medsoft is great for you who wants a more straight system and doesn't want to be a slave of complex routines that don't allow you to move on until you can come up with data that is not interesting for your services and daily practice. In summary, you have a system to control your process, and not a system that tells you how to control a process. Other resources like controlling of the processes of freezing and thawing embryo tests, orders and results, complete the system of ART cycle management, allowing a test order recorded to be integrated with the results, directly and closely connected, each one with its own embryo. Finally, in the time to close the cycle, enter the definition of the results to facilitate your statistical analysis and help you to come up with your conclusions. Moreover, the transfer of the data of the procedure is recorded in a way that it will always be linked with the control of the cycle.